Today we're going to look at the Demi Next, a new version of Nuna's larger sized Tandem option, whose previous version we're relatively fond of. So let's jump straight into it then, going over the Demi Next from top to bottom, and examining its advantages and disadvantages in terms of child comfort, ease of use, performance, and mechanics, before ending with a discussion of which lifestyles and environments it will best suit. And starting off with some stats, the Demi Next clocks in at 15 kilos and folds down to 62 by 63 by 88 centimeters with the seat attached. It can carry 22 kilos in the seat and 10 in the underslung storage basket. When it comes to child comfort, the Demi Next has a bucket seat with an adjustable leg rest that's shiftable over 4 settings between a very vertical upright position and a full recline suitable for children older than 6 months. As far as the size of the seat goes, the Demi Next is a bit on the small side unfortunately, with a width of 28 centimeters and a length for the sitting surface, meaning the combined lengths of the backboard, baseboard, and leg rest, of 97, where the lack of space between the 50 centimeter backboard and the canopy is a limiting factor with regards to headspace, usually for children by around 3 years old or so, while the distance of 42 centimeters between the baseboard and front frame mounted footrest is a bit too long for children before this, should they have outgrown the leg rest. As far as other aspects of the seat are concerned, the textiles are durable and premium feeling, and the model comes with a removable seat liner covering a large mesh window in the seat back that can provide added ventilation for warmer climates. The harness is decently easy to use, being magnetic and also having no rethread shoulder straps, though the bumper bar doesn't swivel 360 degrees, which I find a little annoying. The Demi Next comes with height adapters, which are necessary for its tandem configurations, but that can also be flipped around for use in single-child mode, raising up the seat or bassinet closer to you, which is a nice feature in my opinion, both for making it easier to attend to your child, as well as increasing the accessibility of the storage basket. As far as the canopy is concerned, it has multiple ventilation windows, is extendable and provides great sun coverage, and also comes with a nifty sun drape/insect netting zipped into the front. For the newborn period, there's a bassinet available for the Demi-Grow, which we'll be making a separate review for, as well as car seat adapters that are compatible with a variety of brands, with the post adapters at least. In addition, the Demi Next is also tandem capable, with the ability to mount a second seat, car seat, or bassinet in the shopping basket. Moving on to parent comfort, the Demi Next handle is adjustable between 104 and 111 centimeters, while its shopping basket is quite large and pleasantly easy to access, even without raising the seat. As far as folding is concerned, the process is straightforward, but does have a few negatives, in that it requires 2 hands, the model can only fold down compactly with 1 seat attached facing forwards, not when reversed with the bassinet or a car seat attached or in its tandem configurations, and the front wheels don't lock forwards, making the standing fold a little less stable than it could have been. On top of this, the Demi Next is also quite large and heavy, making it not the sort of stroller that you'll want to load in and out of the car too often, or carry long distances. When it comes to the feel of using the model, other than some slight looseness with the handle, the Demi Next is pleasantly tight in its hinges and connection points, and has a hardy, solid feel, the kind of model that you can push over rougher ground without worry of too much wear. Wheel size is great with this version, 12 inches in the back and 8.5 in the front, and the model also has 2 modes of suspension, a softer mode for one child, as well as a tighter one for handling the extra weight of 2, and the result of these features is that, even though the Demi Next isn't meant to be a dedicated off-roading model, it's now one of the better reversible seat options out there, capable of tackling snow, harder cobblestones, and lighter hiking conditions as an everyday thing. As far as use in its tandem configurations goes, the advantage to being rear loading is that the Demi Next remains more or less equally as maneuverable and easy to tip with 2 children as it is with 1, which is not the case with front loading tandems. Though that being said, you do lose storage, and the second seat can also sometimes impede walking, especially for parents not using the handle in its highest position. One last note I'd make here is that the added reinforcement to the rear frame makes rear-loading tandem models like the Demi Next a bit better suited to use with a wheeled board than other sorts of strollers, which can often develop wear issues over time as a result. Alright, let's move on to the mechanics of the Demi Next then, starting off with the handle, the folding system, and the general structure of the chassis, where, despite that little bit of looseness with the handle, both the telescopic extension mechanism and the folding system use a wire and pin setup employing a minimum of internal components predominantly made of metal, While as far as the general structure of the chassis goes, all of the bars and connection points are thick and well reinforced, with the side bars angled against weight from tipping and forward momentum, while supported by 5 crossbars, allowing for virtually no potential for looseness side to side, or asymmetry or alignment problems that might result from such looseness. The original Demigros, which has been on the market for several years at this point, shares the same chassis design as the Demi Next, and it's exceedingly rare to see issues with the folding system or the chassis breaking as a result of wear in my experience. Moving down to the rear frame, there's again that adjustable suspension, which is decent enough in either setting, depending on how heavy the load, though the brake system is unfortunately wire-based and lacks an adjustment screw, making it susceptible to rust and grit buildup, as well as a loss of tension in the wire over time, especially if you're not good with lubrication. As far as the wheels are concerned, they sit tightly within their housings, the locking mechanisms are within those housings as opposed to the axles, which is a plus from a longevity perspective in my experience, and they're well built with regards to the rims and ball bearings, and sport highly durable foam-filled tires. Looking lastly at the front end, that increase in front wheel size is the key advantage of the Demi Next over the original in my opinion, giving the model much better ability to tackle obstacles. There's a bit of suspension built into the front forks, and the swivel locks are of a simple and sturdy design. Finally, the Demi Next employs multiple means of maintaining a tight connection between the forks and the housings, which is important for preventing wobbling problems down the line, including a locking point halfway up the axle, leaving less length to damage the channel above or below, a raised lip at the base of the axle fitting into a well in the housing, a spring-loaded bumper on the top of the fork, and ball bearings for an extra tight fit and smoother swivel, which is a nice setup, with the one note worth making being that the ball bearings will require lubrication from time to time and may eventually need to be swapped out after a few years should they loosen. So, would I recommend getting the Demi Next then? Yes, provided that you have the sort of lifestyle and live in the sort of environment where you'll get the right use out of it, that is. Despite the negative of a seat that's a bit on the small side, and also being a bit large and heavy, the Demi Next can be an awesome choice for parents who get around mostly on foot and who live in a rougher city, providing great terrain versatility, good durability, and awesome storage for shopping or carrying gear for longer day trips, with the ability to raise up the seat being a definite bonus. I'm a bit more of a fan of it as a single than a double, but this doesn't mean that its tandem capability isn't also a positive for some situations. In any case, we hope you found this video interesting, and if you did, we ask that you subscribe as it helps us to continue making videos in the future. In addition, if you are currently shopping for a stroller, we have a buyer's guide on our Patreon page which lists a wide range of models that we recommend, with a lot of technical and lifestyle related information. You can find it by following the link in the description. Thank you.